I flip between I this world's so incredible, amazing, wow. Look at everything. I'm so blessed. Ow. And I wanna myself a lot. And I don't know if that's a business owner thing or maybe I have like undiagnosed bipolarism. I don't think I have that. But um my gum graft surgery I think went well. I'm 1 day, 2 day, 3 days out from it. I didn't really experience a lot of pain, which bless up. I think the doctor was amazing, so incredible. We'll see if it sticks on in 2 weeks. Hopefully it does. It was really expensive. And one thing I realized is liquid diet sucks ass. Like first day I was only allowed liquids, but I pushed that to 2 days of straight liquids, and near the end of the second day, I did soft foods because that's what I'm allowed to eat. Anyways, neither here nor there. My ability to communicate is drastically decreased because of that. But business both sucks and rocks. It's such a interesting conundrum because it sucks because I am failing in some capacity. I am failing consistently over and over again. And it rocks because, dude, like, he just did a Yui on a place that he's not allowed to do a Yui on. And if everyone crashed, he would have been like, oh, who could have predicted this? I could have. I could have predicted this. You did a moronic thing. You want to save 30 seconds. Um, yeah, like, it sucks because I am bad. I'm the problem. I'm also the solution. So that's something I am dealing with. Right now it's super hot, so I'm heading to the office, i.e., home. I'm heading home, and then I'm gonna drive back out here and do it all over again, like 4:30, and then just work until my body says, "I quit. You're abusing me. We gotta stop." That's the plan. Because I gotta unload an entire trailer. I gotta reload that trailer with the stuff we need for Friday, and then I need to unload all of the truck too. But everything hinges on hiring correctly and firing quickly. But also, more so, like, how do we optimize routes better? How do we stop fucking a job that's a 45-minute job from taking 4 hours? If I'm on site, everything usually goes well. I'm usually on time for everything. The variables are employees. And I don't know how to fix that variable except stack on more people per job. Because the past 5 days, I've been on every job site almost. Or I was in surgery, one of the two. And the business has produced $0 in that time. Zero. Which means firing everyone. That's what it actually means. When I am on every job site, it means everyone must be laid off. Because the business will not make any money. And I hate being on job sites because I like advancing the business further and not just doing deliveries. So I have been like, okay, we need to double our hiring, the number of people we have as contractors, or not as contractors, as casuals. And then we need to double up on employees as well. And then training is a whole other thing because people learn slower than I'd like. And I think it's just like no one wants to follow systems. They're sort of just swinging off the seat of their pants and shit. Anyways, I'm teetering between kill myself and holy shit, we're back, baby. And I can't smile or laugh too much because it hurts a little bit. And I don't want to open my mouth and my lips to just talk better, actuate better, just in case, because it's still pretty close to the surgery date. But yeah, I am the failure point of my business. And I need to not be. Because it's bad. It's bad. So I gotta figure that out. And I realized I'm trying to run a legal business. Like legal as in like everything above board, not abusing my workers, not abusing people, and not like asking more than they can give. And it sucks. Because I've learned that like other businesses are more successful because like they either hired the right people, they had better training, or they didn't give a fuck about labor laws and they were just like, hey, just work. Or they're paying minimum wage. That's the other thing. Because this is a very like the thinking part of the job is what I do. But laborers don't need to think too much. There's a little bit of thinking. So really I should be paying minimum wage, $18.75. That's the minimum wage here. But I feel like a shitty human being for paying $18.75. And that's my moral quandary. And I think I'm gonna going forward. We are paying some people $25 an hour. They're supposed to be in charge. Like, hey, you're in charge of this. I shouldn't be called unless it's an emergency. I will plan out the routes. I'll tell you where to go. Just manage the job site so I don't need to be there. That hasn't really been working out too well. It's mainly been like I need to manage the job site too. And that sucks. So that's something I'm contemplating is like, okay, paying someone more, does it even work? Like in terms of motivating them to actually work or do a good job? I don't know. Like, how do you incentivize people to work better? I don't know. And that makes it difficult because I want to be focused on growing the business. Because in these 5 days, we made $0. And because we made $0, what does this car do? People are retarded. To be fair, this is a learner car. Like they have an L, so they're a learner. They're still like learning how to drive and shit. So, on that note, like, bless their hearts, they're figuring it out. That looks like a real adult. Another person's on their phone. I don't think they're a learner. I take it all back. Yeah, I'm just trying to, I need to be better. I am failing the business, like, drastically. By not bringing enough revenue, by not hiring enough, and by not, like, fucking figuring it out. I gotta figure it out somehow in my mental brain. But I'm too fucking, and I'm gonna be careful with this. I'm currently too much of a fucking dipshit to figure it out. And I need to somehow jump past dumbass to, this is the path, this is the line to produce the results we want. So that's stuff I'm thinking about because I'm teetering between kill myself and holy shit, life's incredible. And it is, like, we are achieving things I couldn't have dreamed of. Like, I thought about it, but like, I'm shocked that we're there. And for the most part, things work. It's just when they don't, it sucks. And it's a failure on my part. And I know I've said that a few times, but it is. And it's important because that means I can fix it. And I talked about this a long time ago about fixing that I feel like all problems are my problems and I have to fix them. And I've stopped doing that for people in my life. Though, now when I see a problem, like, there's a kid sitting in a grocery cart and she was climbing out. She was probably like 7, maybe 5. I don't know, something young. And she was gonna fall because the cart would have tipped because of her weight on one side, like a lever, a catapult. And I didn't say anything because of gum surgery. And I looked at her and I was like, "Are you sure about what you're doing?" And then I put my hand on the fucking cart so it wouldn't fall, like flip over. I didn't tell the parent. I didn't do shit. Like, I don't care about the consequences of my actions anymore. In the sense of, like, before I would have been like, oh, I don't want this person to think I'm a pedophile. I don't want, because like I'm a guy and like they're a kid. And people assume like, oh, but since my nephew's been born, I just stopped giving a fuck. I was like, kids are the best ever. They're also fucking morons. And so you just gotta be an adult, regardless of what another adult thinks. You just have to do the right action that you believe is right. So I do that. If I see something wrong, I just fix it. I don't talk to anyone. I don't fucking tell anyone. I just fix it. And that's been cathartic. Because it's no longer about like, fuck, I need to fix this person. I just fix the problem. I don't even talk to the person. The person doesn't matter. The person doesn't exist to me. It's more so I need to fix the thing. And everything else in regards to that thing doesn't matter at all. And that's been helpful. So I've been approaching things like that. And then the business side, everything is my fault. That's just how it is. And at what dollar amount can you say that it's someone else's fault? Right? Like, a manager is in charge of managing. A team lead is in charge of leading the team. And I guess this is why titles matter. Unless I'm tired of driving slow now. Like, below the speed limit. I guess titles do matter because of that. Because then you could say this is what that role actually entails. And so perhaps it's a differentiation of titles and stuff. But I will figure it out. We will scale, we will grow, we will overcome our limitations. Because that is the greatest thing a human being can do. And this goes back to the thought I always have, which is one day I'll die. And wouldn't it be a shame if I didn't leave it all out on the field? Or the table, or whatever the fuck the saying actually goes like. That's the video. I'm just talking you through all the shit I fuck up on. Because I am the limitation to my business and my success. And the health. Oh! And then I'll do an update video on my gum grafts. But it was a soft tissue thing from my palate, one corner of my palate for 2 gums down here. Here and here, something like that. And they're a little sore, but I think the doctor did a really phenomenal job because realistically, I only needed Advil the first day, like first night of sleep. And then after that, it hasn't been hurting. And I think the liquid foods for the first 24, 36 hours, no, probably 40 hours was actually useful. Like very useful for the initial stage of healing. And now I'm on soft foods. So we'll do a full breakdown on all that shit, and I'll tell you guys like this is the place I went to in case you're like local. Because I think it is useful to have, hey, a reference point of this thing. This doctor did this thing for this guy, and this is the outcome. Was it good or was it bad? Now I will say one thing, just because I gotta get off my chest. They fucking make you pay for parking. It's not reimbursed. They charge you $2,200 Canadian for 40 minutes, 45 minutes of time. 45 minutes of time. And they don't even reimburse you for parking. Parking $7. $7.50 for an hour and a half. And they don't reimburse you. They're like, ah. That irked me. I was like, dude, you mother... I broke down. And this is where I know I'm a piece of shit. I don't claim to be a good person ever. Okay? Now, let's get into it. So, when I was getting the quote, I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. You guys print money. The secretary lady laughs. And I'm like, $2,200, 45 minutes of time, because I started breaking it down. I was like, damn, that's a really good wage. All right, let's say the doctor gets paid this much. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then offices cost this much. This is how much staffing costs. I was like, damn, this is like a really good business, because then you're making about $15,000 a day. $15,000 a day per doctor. And they don't like that. They don't like when you do business math to them. Maybe because they're an employee, or maybe because, like, what are they supposed to say to it? I'm just like, you guys could have at least reimbursed me for parking. You guys are printing money. Anyways, she did a phenomenal job, so I'm not actually too annoyed anymore. I was annoyed day of, and every other time I went. And then afterwards, when she did it, and the next day I felt like perfect, I was like, huh, fuck it, I'll pay for parking. She did a great job. Peace out.